We've got Valentinian the Third versus Nanda, also known as John Wick versus KingSpillah. This is the map draft on this. You're seeing on your screens right now. We've got Arena enclosed, Mega Random out there early, Ghost Lake, Nomad all being banned early on. Ultimately, these guys ended up on Arabia. So incredible to see that coming through, even in the C League.
The C League.
Yeah, this is the Craig League.
Oh, is that an insult?
No, well, also we also call it the Fun League. These guys
Yeah,
aren't they are not sweating up a storm trying to be the meta. You know, they're just they're having fun.
and that's what this game's all about.
Exactly.
Unlike people like Steve who ruined the game.
Steve is one of the most non-meta players, but I guess he does sweat either way.
And if you attack him too early, it's always wah, wah, wah.
I hope he's not in the chat right now. Oh man. All right. We're in the game. We're here and we're going to get rolling. Okay, chat, ready? You ready for this? John Wick in the pink on the bottom right. On the left, on the west side, playing the Vietnamese KingSpillah, ladies and gentlemen, making his 2023 debut on the east in the orange, playing as the Byzantines. We're here on Arabia, dry Arabia, and we got some interesting civs for this. Very much more slow-paced, economical civilizations, I think.
Salve.
Neither of these players having much time in the game at all. They're just chilling, like we said. Now, Craig, any thoughts about the temperament, perhaps, of either of these players? You got any ideas? John Wick is swilly too, if you were unaware.
Oh, well, I've played Swilly before, but it was back in college.
Back in the olden days, in the HD edition days.
So I can't completely remember what he was like, and I have no idea how KingSpillah plays.
Yeah, also broadly known as soy sauce in certain other communities. KingSpillah, you know, he's just down for anything. So we got him in here. John Wick wanted to challenge him, so you know how it be. We got the big trees on. We got all the mods off for this. These guys, I don't think they're gonna be having mods on, unless maybe John Wick does, because he was forced to by certain well-wishing friends. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the beauty of this whole like level, I guess. Very unpredictable. What are they gonna do? When are they gonna do it? There's no best practices for them that says what's gonna happen when. They're just playing it by ear, and we don't know what they're gonna do.
That's what makes these games so fun to watch.
Exactly. Oh, Craig, it's great to have you back here for a little bit. These guys collecting their pigs. Collecting the boar with the scouts? Excuse me? Oh, it left the vision. Unfortunately. Maybe John Wick just accidentally hit it, and then he had to flee. He's going for it now though with the Vil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff, honestly. In C League. Oh, ran away too quick.
Oh wow.
Let's take this from the boar's point of view. Okay. Oh, now he's waiting.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Run, John, run. Oh! It hurts.
Wow,
I think that was a downhill hit, maybe. He's struggling, but he's taking the boar, and I think that's what we really need to circle back to as being really important here. Might lose. Okay, okay. That was close.
That could have been devastating if he lost
Almost
that
lost
one.
two. A couple pigs here just rotting away, but you know, the ideas are there, the mechanics are there. I will mention a little bit of backstory to this match. Is we had these guys on facecam in the Discord, and we were muting them and and deafening them and undeafening them to give them tips at certain times based on how they appeared. They both have small trees on. Well, I do apologize. Let's go back to pro mode then, I guess. Fish speakers made them get it. Okay. Well, hey, good. That's a good friend right there. And both getting the boar. These guys belong in B League. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, Sawyer could have used the board to maybe go to the mill. That's where he had all his villagers, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's by the
Definitely
town center.
one option. John Wick with
At
a
least-
little arrow of houses.
At least the boar wasn't like in between the mill and the house and the town
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, it's not a terrible spot. Not optimal, but not the worst. Again, all I can really expect is to be impressed if they go for it at all, right?
I made them get it. Now. Did we have some coaching during these? Well, I mean, you already said
Before,
that you gave them
indeed,
tips.
a little bit of coaching in the middle of the game. Also, the reason I really mentioned that is we recorded their face cams during the game, and that will be I will edit that in on the left and right for the YouTube upload. It's a little too hard to do when we're pausing and playing and doing all this stuff live, but get ready for that because that's gonna be some pro top tier content right there.
Now
They brought
John
their best.
Wick built some fields by the town center, but he has his mill up by the berries. Wonder.
Yeah,
not the
I
word.
mean, you normally do want to build your farms, start by the TC and go all the way around that before doing anything by the mill. Because the mill is like more exposed and it's not any less efficient
Yeah.
unless you do it a tile away. But John Wick is thinking about the looks here. He's shaping up to be a little bit of SimCity gamer right now. Maybe he just, you know.
Have they found each other yet?
Now that is a good point. Looks like KingSpillah, he's located a mining
Oh.
camp.
If he was paying attention to that,
And
but
actually,
he
the
should
Civ,
be able to see it.
he should be able to see it if he looks at the mini map at all. It looks like he's probably waypointed this scout around with a shift click or two. The way that it's pathing, it kind of looks that way. John Wick is playing as the Vietnamese, which means he can see the enemy's town center location from the beginning of the game. No, he's not hacking. That's just a Civ bonus. As far as the Civs go, Vietnamese personally love them in team games. They're very strong late game comp when you get enough resources to make elephants, and when it ends up in a trash war, they've got elite skirmisher, which is incredible. They also, I mean, I think they're an archer civ basically. They've got the rattan archer out of the castle, which is like kind of an anti-archer archer, I believe, as well. Byzantines have a lot of options. Defensive civ, more HP on their castles. And also it's cheaper to go Imperial Age as the Byzantines. So we'll see if any of these bonuses come into play. Not necessarily expecting these players to have read any of the Civ related tooltips. I think John Wick was. He's been consciously choosing the Vietnamese for sure in this game, but a bit of an unexpected pick from him, to be honest.
I'm curious, why do the Vietnamese get to see the town center? Is there a reason for that?
I mean, like a historical, like backup, like reasoning behind that bonus. I'm not really sure. I don't know why the Vietnamese specifically get that. Maybe there's like Vietnamese history about knowing where the enemy's base is, or perhaps having really good spies. Maybe the Viet Cong have something to do with that. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a little later
maybe.
on. That's a little later on in world history than we are right now, but double bit X for John Wick. Both players hitting feudal at like the same time there, a couple seconds apart. I like the eco upgrades though for John. he seems like content to not really scout his enemy any further for the time being.
He probably forgot about the scout.
Let's have that barracks up. Built that wall-going feudal. He probably did forget about the scout, yeah. Oh, what? Wait, he's moving it now. By the way, John Wick did not say a word during this entire game. He was locked in, fully focused.
I'd love to see that. I hope he was also breathing heavily into the mic.
I can't attest one way or the other to that one, but... So John leaving one wild boar on the table. Actually, both of them only decided it was worth taking one boar. And we got some forward houses from KingSpillah. There's an archery range there from Pink as well now.
Well, he's building 2.
Oh wait, yeah, what's this over here? The forward proxy barracks on the side from KingSpillah and a second archery range, yeah, for John Wick there. We got wheelbarrow from Orange too. I think it bears mentioning both these players probably have more substantial recent experience in AoE 4. So we might see some like quirks of their gameplay that relate back to Age of Empires 4. I think, like, for example, wheelbarrow this early might be one of those, but so far they're doing a good job for what we expect out here in the fun leagues. Blacksmith for John Wick. We have, I think he's sending his villas 2 gold, but 8 on gold now. That's a large amount of villagers on that gold resource. Love this 2-tile gap in between all of these buildings. Very aesthetically pleasing there, John.
Unlike those houses that are bunched up next to each other. It's
Yeah.
like living in the suburbs right there.
I mean, I think he was attempting to do some kind of like the little design here, but unfortunately the placement didn't quite work out. It'll take a little more work to ascend to true SimCity status.
Jeez, I never knew that being aesthetically pleasing on Age of Empires was so critical.
Salve.
It's an important aspect of the game, you know. It doesn't matter how you win a lot of the time. I mean, winning isn't the thing that matters. I just spoiled the joke. It's how you win that really makes the difference. To some people, at least. Villager goes down to a tiger from KingSpillah. That tiger on 1 HP. And that would be because he doesn't actually have Loom researched yet. So any raids from the enemy could be really powerful right now. These villagers are weak.
Does he have any barracks?
Neither player
By
with Loom,
him?
actually. No barracks. Only military building right now for KingSpillah is this one in the middle of the map.
He's got some stuff cooking up there.
Scout there for John Wick. He has now done a little drive-by of the enemy again. See the base in greater detail. This is unfortunate. The path thing with the hills really confusing. Also, the
Oh,
mining
yeah.
camp being right there. These villagers are just kind of stuck. They think they're mining, but they just like can't path where they want to go. It happens if you get things too bunched up there with too many villas on one resource.
That's
But-
probably one thing I really struggled with.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of just like a game having problems issue, less than like the player's fault. 2 stables for KingSpillah hidden by the wood line. Not really hidden, but you know, it's dramatic. You could really go
This is
for
a-
any unit here as the Byzantines.
This is only a best of 1, so no next round. You
That's
can't choose the
correct.
merchants.
Is this an actual tournament? Well, Wikipedia thinks that it belongs on the user space, not the official space, because none of the players are notable. But we do have tournament rules. The Winter Bash is an annual. It's mostly lower elo, but anybody's welcome to join. They'll just like blow us all out of the water. Tournament series. You can type !! tourney, I think, if you want to get the rules sheet for a little more details, but we just are having some good times. This is a no elo C League Fun League game. Best of 1. These guys are just they're just doing what they can do, you know. John Wick over here with 13 of your finest Vietnamese archers.
And that tiger will not be a well. That tiger maybe snipe one.
Is he gonna snipe one on the 1 HP tiger doing the most work? Oh, he got a hit on both of those guys in the back. John Wick gonna deny a house. He's gonna find stables. Tiger's still going to town.
The tiger is now helping Sawyer. Oh,
John Wick
he had killed the goat. No,
kills a goat,
but not the tiger.
Welcome in, by the way, CHDBA1. Good to have you here, if you're still here.
He finally killed the tiger.
Finally took out that tiger, and actually KingSpillah hopping out with a bunch of man-at-arms. Not gonna do too well into the archers unless John Wick just goes AFK. But army count is army count, and at this level anything can happen. But what this does mean is that all the action is at KingSpillah's base, so that really does a lot in terms of defining the narrative of the game. John Wick getting some villager kills under the TC. KingSpillah gonna have to react. Garrisons manually into the town center. Pro gameplay.
Where did the man-at-arms go?
Also, I should mention John Wick is he has clicked the Castle Age button, but it's behind like 3 vills, so it'll be there soon. That timing, he might have wanted it earlier though. And now KingSpillah just having to idle his TC, his workers in that TC as well. Efficiency is dropping. Res collected 2k more for John Wick right now, just off the back of that pressure. Send your army forward and distract your enemy a little bit. There he goes again. Now in this situation, I guess if you're looking to get the most value, and your opponent doesn't just leave the villagers out there for the taking, you want to be circling around looking for the golds, looking for the wood lines, because those are going to be out of range of the TC most often. So now John Wick moving over to the gold mine. These villagers are going to have to make the dangerous trek back. Some of them get picked off. It's a good thing Wick doesn't have access to dogs. Now this is true. Good thing there's no wolves on this map for KingSpillah to take out. Could send John Wick into rage mode. It would be too OP. Now here, okay, wait, all right, we're joking about dogs, but KingSpillah with the counterattack here, a large amount of scouts, men-at-arms. He's gonna be able to find a little bit of damage, cause John Wick to like garrison his entire gold and food eco here.
If Sawyer can find that tree line, he might be able to snipe all those up north.
Looks like a few more games under his belt, and KingSpillah might realize not to stand under the town center like this. He's gonna lose the whole army here. He's getting value, killing villagers. The KD is actually very similar right now. Eco KD 16-14. But KingSpillah is going to end up with no army, having all of that die to the TC. John Wick, wait a minute. There's too much happening at once, even for us, these players, having to keep up with it in real time. We can rewind. John Wick actually sent his archers under the enemy TC, going to lose his whole army as well. So it's really evening out here. Res collected, still 3k more for John Wick, and he is in the next age. KingSpillah now has... oh no. 5 more vills to go before his castle age comes in. You really just need to cancel villager production at that point if you care about your castle timings at all. But looks like the starting scout being on no attack stand, being on stand ground, is gonna let John Wick's now crossbowman take it out. Unless KingSpillah looks over here soon. It won't auto-attack because it's on stand ground mode. That's just how the starting scout works. So you don't actually
I never knew that.
the TC or whatever. Most military units, when you make them, are on aggressive attack stance. There's also defensive, which I think siege units are on by default when they come out of the production building. But the starting scout is on It's on,
Oh,
on
is
stand
that
ground mode.
is that maybe just because the scout in the beginning you're trying to find the other base and you don't want
Yeah.
it to accidentally aggro? Okay, that makes
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly. I think you might be able to change some of that in like the in-game settings too, like what the units default to when they come out. But John Wick sticking with the crossbow, 4 spearmen and 2 militia strategy. He's actually getting some infantry armor upgrades, a bunch of eco upgrades. I gotta say, I love the eco upgrades from both of these players. They're investing in their economy, making sure they keep that efficiency rising as much as they can.
Does Sawyer have another lumber camp anywhere?
So there's one lumber camp there. I think he was working on doing one
Oh,
in the
he had
back here.
and then he had one
Also,
up front. Oh no!
we're getting all the classic new player moments here. This happens to everybody, not just new players. But
Oh yeah.
those scouts are trapped. He's gonna have to delete the stable. I think he realizes it now. He's trying to move them over. Maybe. We'll come back. We'll look back at that as we see John Wick dropping a 1 villager castle at home, right in front of the TC, looking to protect the farming eco there. Looks like KingSpillah is still working on what to do with that. He's working his way up to castle age as well, but having to produce 6 villagers before the castle comes in really slowed him down there. The timing is going to be in John Wick's favor with upgrades as well. Currently, it's looking like a bit of a John Wick lead. Crossbowman here. Good unit choice as the Vietnamese. And he has 1 crossbow. He's microing the single crossbow over to see what the enemy's up to. He's going to get some damage with this. Now, in this situation, one thing you can do, we were talking about the stances and the aggressiveness and stuff of units, is put the ranged units you have on stand ground mode so that they don't get pulled into the enemy TC. John Wick actually using his League of Legends kiting skills to kite the villagers back when they try to attack that archer though. Some huge stuff.
That will be probably the key with both of these, since both of these players are pretty good League of Legends players, so they know how to kite.
They know how to kite. That's a skill you don't pick up naturally. You got to learn it. KingSpillah going for another raid. He had to delete that stable, but I think that's the right choice given the unfortunate situation. He's going to end up with 9 scouts. Scout cavalry here with the armor upgrade. No attack upgrade on these guys yet, though. And the other scouts, you can in Castle Age upgrade them to light cav. But if he uses the mobility of these scouts to kite around the enemy army and not engage the enemy army, it could work out for raiding. Because John Wick has by far the stronger army right now, but it is way slower. That said, KingSpillah going to take the scouts home to kill this 1 crossbowman who is still finding value here. John Wick just looking at this part of the screen the whole game and microing that 1 crossbow. It's incredible. That guy's living rent-free in KingSpillah's head. Okay, he sends 1 scout over there. That'll be plenty to clear up that crossbowman. John Wick changes targets. It's not enough. Crossbowman runs for his life. Meanwhile, KingSpillah moving in with the rest of the scouts, but he's going to find John Wick's main army here.
Oh no.
He's going to run
And
headlong into the pikes. Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, 1 scout makes it through. And that scout, not tasked far enough back, turns around to fight for his life. I mean, one thing we could say is KingSpillah now knows what the enemy has. If he's thinking about that at all, he's like, now he's got an idea of what he's up against.
And he doesn't. He only has 1 scout. That's it. So he needs to start. He needs to start building up an army.
This hero that took out the marauding crossbowman on the gold mine. Now it's looking like John Wick with the eco advantage. Both players only 1 TC gaming, by the way.
John is starting to pull away on points, but maybe just because of his standing army right now.
Yeah,
We have another
Let's look up
siege
coming up John
workshop. I
Wick
like
now.
that.
Thì sai bảo.
Get the siege workshop down. The I want to see the TC idle time. Okay, it's a 9 minutes 25 for KingSpillah. John Wick with 528. I mean, the eco KD is it's kind of similar here. I guess
He's got a lot of villagers making a long trek to there.
yeah, the economies
Mills.
in general here are not the most efficient that we've seen, especially on this gold mine.
Thảo dân xin chào lần.
At least they're still working on it.
They're
Oh my
still
God.
working.
It's even more than 8 now.
21 bills mining away on those deposits. John Wick, a minute and 55 seconds from the Imperial Age. Will that be the time he chooses to move out and strike the enemy? I'm gonna guess he'll wait for a couple trebs and then move in. On the other side, KingSpillah's response is gonna be University Monastery. He might be trying to go Imperial Age himself. I'm not too sure here. He's got the res for it. More than plenty of resources. There it is.
He knows where a relic is, so if he wants to get some gold, but he needs to start building up an army.
He queued Imperial Age behind like 8 vills and then canceled it. Some of those villagers and then queued it again, but still is leaving it behind a few villagers. I guess there's just not that sense of urgency that I was expecting to see there, but you gotta get villagers out still, you know. There's second TC from KingSpillah. The mic fuzz. The heck. Alright, I'm muting. I'm pausing. I'll be right back, chat. This happens from time to time. Hang on. That's right. Okay. Okay, mic fuzz fixed. Play. John Wick advanced to the Imperial Age.
And he's got more on another gold deposit.
There's that second gold mine. He's actually used up the starting gold. Thank you for the heads up there, fish speakers. Appreciate it. And here come the battle elephants. Here comes paper money, which is a unique tech for the Vietnamese that
And he's got some mangonels as well.
delivers a trickle of gold when chopping wood. We got mangonels out here, making more of those bad boys. Siege workshop for KingSpillah. I'm just curious to see what KingSpillah's plan is here, other than hope the enemy doesn't attack.
Yeah, still no standing army. That's not very urgent for him, since he knows that Set has an army.
He's trying to catch up on the eco, I think. He's looking at that score and he's like, this guy must have 2 times the amount of villagers. So let me drop the second TC. Try to pump up those numbers. That said, one of these isn't even producing bills, so I don't know. There's just a lot to get used to in this game, and it's been a few years for KingSpillah since he's played, so we'll just judge the decisions as they come.
No, he has a scorpion.
One scorpion against the world.
Thảo dân.
Baba Yaga. 4 elephants. 3 mangonels. 1 trebuchet. What will be enough for John Wick to move out? He wants to lock in his assurance of winning any battle he comes across. I would love to see... Where's that scout? I know John Wick has a scout. He's got the scout in the middle. He's out there keeping an eye on things if the enemy moves out. But we'll see if he moves that scout around to get some vision before he attacks and see what he's up against here. KingSpillah making it to that Imperial Age. Husbandry now. Still, no more real... Okay, a few military units in queue. Camel Rider, okay, and some knights. Looks like they've been queued, rallied down to that south side. Bunch of different upgrades for our orange player, and a third TC here as well. Now, if John Wick doesn't attack in the next... I'll give it 10 minutes, maybe 15. KingSpillah has the chance to overcome economically and really snowball from there. But John Wick has a large standing army, and he's not going to sit around for much longer.
The
without using
TCs,
it.
are they... Is that a good idea to put them that close?
I mean, ideally, you want to use your town center's area of defense as effectively as you can to cover as much like area as you can. So one town
Right.
center on the gold and the wood is good. Second town center there doesn't necessarily hurt, but I would love to see that like up here on this stone.
Yeah.
Or even like, I know there's like hills here, so it might be hard to do, but like down here on the stone and the wood. I'm looking for a mineable resource and a wood at the same spot for a town center.
Okay.
And spreading them out is probably the move. But John Wick now, he's trebbing these buildings now. He's got these elite battle elephants doing bonus damage to these buildings right now. Is that true? Building 7 extra bonus damage. There it is.
That's an extra bonus thing. Wow.
Looks like KingSpillah's... Wait, where's the rest of his army? There it is. 1 mangonel, 2 scorpions. KingSpillah with 2,700 food in the bank. Could afford to make a lot of army. He's going for spearmen out of this one barracks. I think the real thing that's hurting KingSpillah this game is the military building placement. Out of sight, out of mind. Archery range in the front there, though.
No.
He says, no.
No. No. No.
Maybe diplomacy will be enough here for John Wick. It never has been in John Wick 1, 2, 3, or 4, but maybe in John Wick AoE 2 edition.
Hey, they killed his dog.
That's true.
There is no diplomacy.
This is true. Yeah, I
KingSpillah.
think KingSpillah is lucky he didn't go for any lames, like stealing any sheep or any boars or anything earlier on, because John Wick would have been enraged in that scenario.
Hmm.
Arbalester for John Wick. Rattan Archer's also rolling out of the production lines. Looks like he's going full Arbalest at the minute. Just fletching, but it's all about the timing here. And KingSpillah with way more resources in the bank right now. His economy's paying off. He has more villagers now, but just not producing any army. I think he's a little overwhelmed. The sheer number of units out here and the sheer scale of these chunky boys. Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
I can attest to how KingSpillah is feeling right now.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot to keep track of, you know.
I've definitely had my fair share of being. It's just too much stuff to figure out in this game when you're trying to get back to it, and then all of a sudden you're getting attacked, and you really don't have the army for it. It's just
Yeah.
basically.
And now, since all those buildings were production buildings are out in the front, he has to make more production buildings if he wants to do anything, and all the lumberjacks are moving over to this far woodline because they're all blah, 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 blah. There's so much to keep track of. So respect to KingSpillah for playing through it. John Wick with the powerful death ball, the Vietnamese elephants, the archers, the rattans, even throwing in mangonels. Takes this game and takes this match. John Wick. Best of 1 C-League winner here. I think he's actually matched Ravenwolf's points count now after this game. So GG there. He's on a warpath. KingSpillah has been taken out. Reminder, we will have the face cams on the
There's
corners for the YouTube
In the
video.
economy, John Wick took a big, deep dump right
Took a
there.
big dump. Yeah, this was the the counterattack from KingSpillah. That was a good move. You just needed to maybe keep
Oh, yeah.
those units alive. Maybe just make any more units after that, and it would have turned out maybe differently. I don't know. But good plays from both, and more back and forth maybe than could be expected. Really an entertaining time. Might still pull off a win. John Wick's internet connection might get disturbed by the weather. Well, it's gonna have to be like it's gonna have to be a Back to the Future thunderstorm at this point if we want KingSpillah to win this game.